And so the question I gotta ask is this thing ever gonna get boring? It was fun on day one, and then it just got better. Better and better and better. Month after month, just kept getting better. Unlike anything else, you know? Anything else, if you keep doing it every day, if you do it too much, it gets boring. You know, it's fun to begin with, and then it gets less and less fun, you know? If you hop up on a rocket ship every single day, eventually you're going to get bored of it, I guarantee it. You're not going to want to get back up on that rocket ship one day. I mean, look at Valentino Rossi, he rides a scooter. And this thing seems to be magical because it doesn't go by those laws, whatever law that is. You know, some law of psychology. If you keep repeating the same thing, it loses its novelty, you know? But these things are beyond a novelty, aren't they? These things are magical, and they capture the imagination. They capture people's attention. A head turner. An amazing machine. I mean, if we saw these things back in the year 2000 in a movie, back when The Matrix came out, we would have assumed it was special effects, CGI.
What is it?
I don't know. Someone must have dropped it.
Dropped it? Are you kidding?
Let's get to work. Just kidding, guys. Before we continue, let's just give this bird a second to get across. It's a freaking awesome bird, isn't it? Alright. Smash the thumbs up for the bird, guys. Alright, here we are, just arrived. This is the front, or this is the path to my studio, my new studio. You're gonna love it, you'll see it very soon. And there's a little pit here. A dirty pit full of spit and kid shit. Sticks and bricks, dirty bricks, and who knows. And this building here takes care of it all. Takes care of everything. See that? Building full of chemicals. And that's all you need. See, it's explosive. Thing can blow up. You light a match here, blow the whole thing up. It's a pretty big building. It's actually bigger than the pit that it's taken care of. Would you believe it? Look at this. Look at this giant, dirty place. Fragile. It's disgusting. I hate these places. It's been shut down though, thankfully. I believe someone sneezed on the doorknob to the front entrance. And that was it. They had to shut the whole thing down. They shut them all down. They shut down the barbers too. Can't get your hair cut. You might have noticed I've been cutting my own hair. And that is what it is. So let's get on with it. Let's go to the studio. And this is the way. This is the way, guys. Oh, look at this. Interesting, isn't it? Well, this is it. What's up? What's up? Welcome to my new studio. Do you like it? Nice and big. Open space too. Fresh air. Beautiful, isn't it? Oh, I got a funny story. I was really working hard on this editing the other day and it just kept failing. I don't get angry, you know, I just keep trying and trying, and then when it failed for the 7th time, I punched myself in the head. But this was a while ago. This was a few weeks ago. It put a big lump on my head, and It went down pretty quickly though, but there's still a lump 3 weeks later or something. See that? I don't know if you can see it, but hopefully not. Hopefully it's not too noticeable. But I can feel it. And I went to the doctor and he said it's going to be there forever. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, forever. And then I was like, all right, I got to see a different doctor. But like, I don't know. I'm not worried. Like, it's not serious or anything, but it's just weird that it's still a lump there, you know, after that long. And the doctor's saying it's going to be there forever. What the hell is he talking about? He didn't even give any explanation or anything. He just said forever. I'm serious, guys. Hold up, guys. What's this thing doing in my studio? What the hell is this? I ain't never seen one of these. What the hell is that? Jewel bags. Got a little rack, front rack. Beautiful machine. I wonder who dropped this off. Right to my studio. That's my studio door. And oh, maybe it came out of that back of that car. Oh, who knows? It's mine now. Oh, looks like I've got some wheels again, guys. You know what? Thinking about this could replace my 16X and my Sherman. Do you know what I mean? 16X and my Sherman. That's all we need, guys. That's all we need. It's like looking at a queen through a screen. Something you've never seen. I mean, what a dream. What a machine. Lean and mean. Running on gasoline. Or is it green? Running on steam. Watch this thing careen between the 16 machines. Obscene. It's unseen. It's like Halloween. Let's put on my green jeans and go. Alright, let's keep going, guys. Maybe I don't need any EUC after all. Got a nice basket too. Little cardboard box there. Nice electronics. Guys, if we have a close look at these wires, it appears that we have a 120 volt system. So I'm so excited to be presenting this to you guys, and I never expected this. So let's keep going. Beautiful. I want to say thank you for whoever sent this to me. I wasn't expecting this. And a free helmet too. There you go. Well, this is awesome, guys. Awesome. And now you can see how big my studio is, right? Massive. Absolutely massive. Giant place. It's pretty expensive, really, the running costs of this channel, but I do it for you guys, you know. I know you guys want a nice, like, open space. You don't want to be looking at some, like, little dungeon or something, you know, with a brick wall in the back or something. No, I'm just joking. But on that topic, I want to say thanks to E-Riders they sorted out my 16X. They put a new motor, pedal hangers, controller, basically everything except for the outer shell. So I've still got my same outer shell, that thing that just looks like a piece of garbage that belongs in the bin. But it's awesome, actually. I like having it that way because when you leave it in a shop, like let's say you leave it unattended for a second, no one's going to steal it. Or no one's even going to want to, like, they just look at this thing like, what the hell is this? It's just like covered in dirt and just like 1,000 scratches. You know, it's just this piece of junk looking thing. No one knows what it is. So who the hell is going to want to take that home with them, you know? Nobody. So I actually like having it that way. If it looks all shiny and perfect, then it's like, oh, that looks expensive. So I'm kind of glad they did that. But it's awesome. So I've got, like, everything's going to be new, basically. It's going to be like a brand new 16X. and they said it's ready, and they're going to send, they're triple checking it, they said. So once it's all checked, they'll send it back, and I should have it in a few days, I would say. And that's E-Riders. I think they're in Sydney. It's Australia, and that's where I bought my EUCs from. So yeah, they've been good. And let's talk about what we're going to talk about today. EUCs versus Ferraris. So what the hell am I talking about? Well, picture yourself in a world where the only EUC you can buy costs the same as a Ferrari. Let's say they're just so niche that no one makes them. So if you want one, you have to basically pay for a company to be established, and then they build one for you, So it's going to cost you like, who knows, almost the same as a Ferrari, let's say. Hypothetical scenario, let's say everything else is the same, except that there's no EUCs on the market. So if you want one, you can get one, but it's going to cost you 400 grand, let's say. No, let's say it'll cost you millions. It'll cost you the same as like the top Ferrari model, whatever that is, P1, or that's McLaren. What, for LaFerrari, whatever it is. Let's say that's how much it's going to cost you. So then the question is, if you had the choice between one or the other in this world, so you could either pick the LaFerrari, or you could pick a top of the line EUC. Let's just say the best EUC that they're going to make in the next 5 years, like some amazing EUC that goes, who knows, 200 miles on a charge and 70 miles an hour top speed, like a super Sherman, a super duper Sherman. The Sherman's already super, isn't it? Got a Superman light and everything. Let's just say it'll cost you the same as that Ferrari, and it's going to be a really good EUC, an amazing machine. But you've got to pick one or the other, and it's going to be for life. It's like you won the lottery, And if you pick the Ferrari, you're stuck with that forever, and you're never going to have an EUC for the rest of your life. And you have that Ferrari though. And if you pick the EUC, obviously you won't have the Ferrari, right? So what are you going to pick? And this is in a world where they're not going to come out either. You're just not going to be like, oh, I'll wait for them to like come out in 10 years. They're not going to come out, let's say, for the next 100 years. So you've got to pick one or the other. Like if you want to ride an EUC, you're going to have to pick the EUC. You can't have the Ferrari if you want to ride an EUC. So what are you going to pick, guys? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to pick. And let's just consider that there's still, everything else is the same. I mean, you've got traffic everywhere, You've got parking problems and all that crap. And the Ferrari is going to be your daily driver, let's say. All right, that's a bit unfair, actually. Let's say it is, though. So you're going to drive it in peak hour traffic, changing gear, in first, basically, the whole time. Driving this speed demon that's like this low, you're like down here, just like crouched down in peak hour traffic every single day. Obviously, you're not going to pick the Ferrari then, are you? So that's a bit unfair, but let's say it doesn't have to be a daily driver. It's just your fancy vehicle, right? And then you can have like whatever else for your daily driver. You could even have a motorbike, let's say. But you'll never have an EUC for the rest of your life. And then if you pick the EUC, then that's your fancy vehicle. And you're going to be the only one with an EUC as well. No one else on the planet's going to have one. Maybe a couple other people. And yeah, for me, the choice is easy, guys. In either scenario, whether it has to be a daily driver or not, I'm picking the EUC every day of the week. I mean, I would love to have a Ferrari, obviously, but I can see myself getting bored of it pretty quick. I don't know, in a year, 5 years, who knows? You know, imagine you've got that Ferrari for 5 years. Eventually, it's just going to lose its novelty. It is a novelty after all. Whereas an EUC isn't. It's a novelty, but it's beyond a novelty, right? Think about it. I mean, it happens to everyone. You get your EUC, and it's like, oh, it's a novelty, isn't it? And then it just keeps getting better and better. Like when I first got my EUC, I was like, yeah, this is cool. And then it just got more fun and more fun every single month. Like when I look back a month and then look back another month, I can see it's just been getting more and more fun. Like I feel like I'm never going to get bored of this thing. Well, it's yet to be seen, but I've seen guys with like so many years of riding and they say the same thing. Like it never gets boring. It's unlike any other activity. Like if you do anything else every single day, it's going to get boring. Imagine taking your Ferrari to the racetrack every day, day after day after day, listen to that massive engine just revving up, like bursting your eardrums. And I mean, it's fun, don't get me wrong, I would love to do it, but if you did that every single day, I assure you, you'll be bored of that after 200 days, 100 days, who knows. It's going to get boring, guys. And that's why I wouldn't pick the Ferrari. I would regret that tremendously. I mean, I can see myself regretting that so bad. I mean, looking back, and I would say I could have had an EUC. And now look at me in a Ferrari. LaFerrari. You know what I'm saying, guys? And I mean, it's got so many advantages, the EUC, doesn't it? I would pass 1,000 Ferraris on my way to work or whatever, and just look back and well, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I am solid, I am certain about this decision. I will definitely not be picking the Ferrari, because at the end of the day, it's just a low metal cage that goes fast. Good acceleration, good braking and cornering, but it's still a cage. And I just picture myself inside that cage for the next, say, 50 years in traffic. Maybe a race day once a week or whatever. I'm going to be bored of that thing, guys. I'm already bored of it, just talking about it. And yeah, I would regret it big time, just thinking I could be on an EUC, you know. Becoming one with a super machine instead of just sitting inside a box and pressing some levers. And yeah, that's what I'll do, guys. There's just no doubt about it. So let's get back in our four-wheeled device and head home. And I've got some news. My 16X is ready and it's on its way back now. The shipping update arrived and they said it's already being delivered. So I should be getting it by... It says the estimated delivery date is Tuesday next week. So like the 4th of May, I think. Or yeah, 4th, something like that. And as soon as it does get back, I will make a video. And now let's get back in our four-wheeled device. It's the only wheels we've got for now. 4 crappy wheels. Oh, we've got that bike as well, actually. The little two-wheeler back there that someone gifted to us. So we've got 6 wheels, guys. But they're all crappy, aren't they? And I just can't wait to get a good wheel again. Get back up on one wheel and keep it that way. Oh, we've got a little bird on our van. Don't have to wait till he gets out. Oh, there he goes. Alright, we'll see you in the next one, guys.